Hello, baby. Mwah. Hello. Go lay down. Go lay down. Hi, my name is Regina, and I am here to share the third teaching from the Teachings of Inner Ramana. Today I'm going to share from the second message in the book, which is called The Purpose of Surrender. The first line of that message says, "We are going to learn not to listen to the mind." Most humans, if not all humans, listen to the mind as if it is what I am, and as if the mind is right about everything that it thinks. However, if you took the challenge from the first message, the commentary on mind, and if you did some journaling based on what your mind says to you, you may have noticed that your mind is not consistent, that your mind points in all different directions. Also, the second part of the commentary on mind taught us what mind really is. The mind is like a filter that covers up reality so that reality can be experienced in a different way. The reason we're going to learn not to listen to mind is so that we can get clarity about what reality is, about what we really are, and so that we can learn to be in touch with something that is constant instead of extremely variable. So again, the purpose of surrender says, we are going to learn not to listen to mind. That is one of the primary objectives of this book, The Teachings of Inner Ramana. That message continues. We are going to learn not to listen to the mind first by listening to another voice. Now it uses the word voice, but this does not mean that we will actually be listening to an audible voice. We will be listening to thoughts within our own mind, thoughts that seem to come into the mind to guide us without thinking. Thoughts that are not the same as thinking. We will also learn how to listen to our intuition, feelings that seem to guide us, that do not involve all of that thinking. Again, if you took the challenge of the first message and you journaled the way your mind thinks, you've started to become familiar with how your mind thinks. Therefore, you know what that looks like. What we're going to learn to listen to now is not that. So where you see that, that is not what you want to listen to. Probably by negating the old way of thinking is the best way to find the new way of listening, or the new way of being guided. Back to the message. We are going to learn not to listen to the mind first by listening to another voice, or intuition, which speaks through the mind, but does not speak from mind, for mind, or with mind. Now again, in this sentence we want to remember that mind is like a filter that's showing us perception, showing us a world where there is really only light, or only oneness, only self. So, when this intuition guides us, it still guides us on what to do in a perceived world. So it is speaking through mind in that way. It's still using the filter, but it does not speak for the mind or with the mind. In other words, it does not speak with belief in what the filter is able to show us, or what the filter is able to see. This voice can see mind, and it sees all that mind sees when it looks through the mind, but it is outside of the mind, so it is not confused about reality. Another way to say that is, this voice, or this intuition, or this knowing is aware that the filter is just a filter. And it's also aware of that which is true, which the filter seems to change. This voice speaks through the filter, so its knowledge can be interpreted for those who still listen to and believe the filter. But this voice is not confused by the filter that it uses. this voice is not confused by the filter that it uses. This is a very important point. This voice has clarity, this intuition has clarity, and it can guide us to the realization of reality or truth. This is the purpose of surrender, all right? This is the purpose of surrender. To be guided by a voice or intuition that is not confused when you are still at a place in mind or a level of vibration where you can be confused or not confused. In this state, the state of being able to be confused, the state of being able to take the world too seriously, the state of being able to believe that this body is all that I am, right? In this state, the only way to ensure you have not stepped into confusion is to consistently check with the voice or the intuition that isn't confused and ask it what you are to do now. Again, most of us are in the habit of listening to the mind. We let the mind solve our problems. We let the mind tell us what to do. We let the mind tell us what it is that we're seeing and exactly how we should respond. But when we do that, we are believing what the filter is showing us as if that is reality. We are believing that this little self, this body personality is all that I am. We are literally being completely deluded about reality. So, we're going to learn not to listen to the mind by learning to listen to our inner intuition or to an inner guidance that understands what reality is and is still able to guide us or maneuver us through our perception of illusion. This guidance system is in each and every person. Everyone has felt it at some time. You felt this gut feeling or this intuition that was telling you how to answer a specific question, what to do or what not to do. And you may have listened to it or not listened to it, but you understand the intuition that I'm talking about. What we want to do is get more in touch with that, because that is our inner guidance system that is coming from beyond the filter, and it can guide us even while we still seem to be involved in a world, even as we still seem to be somewhat attached to this as who or what I am. Yet it's going to guide us away from that attachment and away from delusion. So we'll learn more about how to surrender, how to listen to this inner voice or inner intuition in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.